Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. It's your girl, Vet Green, and I am here right now. I was trying to eat, y'all. I don't know about y'all. Hey, JD. Hey, love. I felt you, JD, when you were talking about your dad. I felt that. Oh, everything you said, I felt that. I felt all of that. I'm talking to my girl, JD, over here on TikTok. Come on in the room. Come on. Hey, baby. I see you out there. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Listen, y'all, my stomach don't get to growling until like after 8:30. Usually it's about 9. So I was trying to grab me something to eat. And I usually just eat. Hey, Nicole, Don. Hey, Mia. Hey, Desire. Ooh, Daisy Asia. Is that how you pronounce that? Hey, Benjamin. Hey, Patricia Hardway. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Let everybody know that you are live with your girl, Vet Green. Like I always say every morning, I got to go on Facebook and actually open this live up. If anybody knows why I have to do that, why I have to literally go on Facebook and open this live up so that it's not just me viewing it, please let me know. Please let me know, because I have to do this every morning, because if I don't open it up, that means some of you on Facebook will be unable to see me. Like, you literally have to be checking for your girl, Vet Green. Even though I would like y'all to be checking for Vet Green, please check for me. For some reason, unless I go and open this physically up, you guys won't see me. So come on in, everybody. Come on in. I'm going to go ahead and drop myself down for a minute and play one of my favorite songs, y'all know, to get it going. It's Us Against the World, Bill's Mafia. I also have to change this up to go back here. So listen, y'all, we go get it together. Like I said, I'm used to just being on here, just talking. But, you know, it is what it is. Life be lifing, but I'm going to play Us Against the World. Hey, Yaya Boo. Hey, love. Grand rising to you. Grand rising to you. I'm going to play Us Against the World by none other than the Kulu Brothers. Written and produced by the Kulu Brothers with my guy, Stevie Johnson, former, I believe he was a running back. Forgive me, Stevie, if I'm wrong with that, with the Buffalo Bills. So here we go.
That's J1 Trey.
Hey,
Why so serious?
And if you're not here today,
I'm sure
it's
a mafia.
Who next?
It's a mafia.
We next.
It's a mafia.
Who next?
It's a mafia.
We next.
It's us against the world. It's us against Buffalo against the world. It's us against the world. It's us against it's Buffalo against the world. That's J1 Trey. Pulling up in this big body like Gusto. Even rich like Reed and Diggs, we move so well. You should know the drill. You should know the vibes. If it ain't red, white, and blue, baby, that's not my size. It's the mafia, the fan base that'll die for you. On Sundays, we are not cool. Any other days, we'll ride with you. We heaven sent, we're Hamlin win. 3 spoke to God and said thanks, though. Having cool years real dope, but I really miss the fan base, though.
Now turn it up, turn it up, wait. 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 It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. We next. It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. We next. It's us against the world. It's us against Buffalo against the world. It's us against the world. It's us
welcome, everybody. Hey, Tina T, I see you out there. Hey, everybody, grand rising to y'all. I got some of my favorite people over here. I have Yaya Boo. I have JD, Tina T. Come on, y'all. Come on in the room over here on TikTok. I have my guy over here on YouTube holding it down with Green Links Media. See, that's how you know that you got a winner. That's how you know that y'all got a winner. When you got somebody that's willing to support you and hold you up. He said, babe, if I have to carry you across that finish line, we go get across that finish line. So big shout out. Thank you, Lord. Because I prayed for that man. I prayed for somebody that was going to see this crown. Don't just look at this, okay? Because you can have a cute face, but you just be evil on the inside, okay? Can y'all feel what I'm saying? You can have a cute face, but be evil on the inside. And sometimes, people are looking at this, but they're not really looking at this. And I needed somebody to look at what's inside of here. Don't just see this. See all of me. See all of me. So thank you, God. Thank you, God. Grand rising to everybody that's coming in. I see my beautiful cousin, May, joining me. Thank you, everybody. Share this live for me if you are on TikTok or if you are on Facebook or if you are on YouTube. Make sure you share this live for me. Good morning. Hey, my beautiful cousin. I see you, Kanisha Maggette. Come on in the room. Y'all, I had to listen. I'm older. And a lot of times I set up these lives, y'all. And by the time I get on live, I even forgot what I said that we were going to talk about in the live. So I said, girl, if you don't get yourself organized and start writing down what it is that you really want to talk about, because a lot of times these ideas come to me because I be having conversations throughout the day, or me and my guy be having conversations about what I'm going to talk about, or just things in the news. And by the time I get up here and start talking to y'all, I forgot what I said that I was going to talk about. It is out one window. And listen, y'all, and what I said I was going to talk about in the credits, that green bean forgot. That's what happens when you 420 friendly on top of you of a particular age. And I am literally knocking on 50's door. Now, y'all remember I was telling y'all about these teas that I love from Aldi's. I love green teas and I love me some peach tea. Now, Snap will make this peach tea, and I am not being sponsored by any of these people. I'm just telling y'all what I found that's good to me. Now, Snapple makes these peach teas, which I thought was so good, the ones that come in the bottle. But when I had these from Aldi's, y'all, ooh, talk about good. Now, I remember when they first came on the shelf, you got a 12-pack for about $5. But they got wind to these things are hectified good. And they limited us to a 6-pack. So when I find them on Aldi's shelf, I try and get every last pack. They're less than $5. It may be like $4.97, but I know they're cheaper than the Lipton brand. And I think, in my opinion, they taste better than the Lipton brand, in my opinion. The green tea is better than the Lipton brand, as well as these are better than the Lipton brand. You find them right at Aldi's, y'all. Let me know if you go and pick some up, or if you've had these before, what you think about them. I think they are so freaking delicious. So good. Oh, thank you so much, beautiful. Thank you so much. I think they are so good. What is one of y'all favorite drinks out there? I like making the half and half. And I learned, remember the half and half, if you are from Buffalo? Remember the half and half that GG's used to have, y'all? Ooh, when my godson was a baby, I think he may have just been about 1 year old. Me and my girlfriend had went over to GG's and got us some food, right? And he in the back in his car seat, and he just wanted to taste this tea. Don't you know this little baby? He only, like I said, he may be 1 or 2. He was a baby. Like, he was literally still in the car suit. See, and Tasha, if you remember this, if you watching Mir, that baby got that. He was like, it was just so good. Like, the goodness just spread all over his face, y'all. It was just the funniest thing. And I can remember thinking, man, we need to do a commercial, because this face that he made, the goodness, and he just couldn't stop drinking it. It just would have sold itself just from the goodness of it. So now at home, I make my own half and half, y'all. And I found that if you really do half and half, I buy the powdered tea. And the powdered lemonade, I like the 4C lemonade, or my mom always liked the country time lemonade. My mom was one of them ones, like it had to be Reynolds Wrap, it had to be Frank's, or I'm the same way with Frank's hot sauce. It was some things that she would just not alternate. It had to be that brand. I use the 4C. Whatever powdered lemonade I can find, as long as it's good, I use it. Country time or the 4C. So I even got my goddaughter drinking this thing, y'all. Sadia. She was like, "What is that?" Because I think she said she don't drink tea. I was like, "That's half and half, baby. It tastes so good." Now she be making it herself. So you literally mix half tea, half the powdered tea, and half the lemonade. When I tell you, it gets your taste buds just a jumping. Hey, nephew, I see you on near the real 716. Hey, little ones, the dope soul. Love her music. Love her music. Hey, Blake Gordon. Hey, everybody. If y'all ever had Gigi's half and half, let me know. It was, oh my goodness. My daughter told me it's actually called an Arnold Palmer. I don't know what it is. I call it Gigi's half and half. It's one of my favorite drinks with some ice. Got to have ice with it. I can't drink the tea without the ice. Hey, Big Guapo VVS. Hey, Goldilocks. Long time no see, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And my babe, he from Brooklyn, y'all, but he didn't got turned out to the Tim Hortons tea. So now when he back at home in Brooklyn, the Tim Hortons coffee. So now when he back at home in Brooklyn, he don't even want to drink that coffee. And he was one of them Starbucks people, right? We don't even want to talk about the money, his coffee bill, but he done got turned out to the Tim Hortons, to the Tim of the Hortons, as my girlfriend Tamara would say. He done got turned out. So now he don't even like the coffee anymore up in Brooklyn. And they need to bring a Tim Hortons up to Brooklyn, because the Tim of the Hortons is off the chain, y'all. It is literally off the chain. It's so good. It's Tim Hortons, they call it Timmy Crack, because it's just like that. Am I lying? I miss you too, sis. Your energy was always so vibrant. Your energy was also always so vibrant. He said in his Timmy Hoes. That is too funny. He way in Brooklyn, y'all. Looking for a Tim Hortons, and they don't have one there. Tim Hortons is actually a Canadian company. It's a Canadian company. A hockey player went into business, and I forgot the hockey player name. He played for the Buffalo Sabres for a time. He went, I gotta make sure these phones are turned off, y'all, because my family, they don't realize, even though everybody know that I'm live from 9 to 10, every Monday through Friday, but they will get on here. Hey, Miss T, they will get in here. He passed drag racing. Hey, King Dante 773. Hey, that girl rocks. See, my mind done got the drifting, y'all. My mind done got the drifting. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. And like I said, I had to write it down. These things just so I can stay on track. One of the things that I want to talk about, and oh God, forgive me that I did not talk about this on live when my daughter told me. Marcellus Williams, everybody. He was the man that was unlifed, and he was executed in Missouri. What's crazy about this case is that so DNA evidence showed that it was not even his DNA on this knife that supposedly was used to unlife this lady. And I'm going to go and bring up the case. You can do a simple internet search of Marcellus Williams to find out, but he did, unfortunately, he was executed in Missouri. It was Felicia Gale, Alicia Pickus. She was an American journalist who was unlifed during a burglary in her gated community in the University City of Missouri, August 11th, 1998. So this is well over 20 years ago that this happened. And, DNA evidence gets more and more better. Like there's people right now sitting in jail who have been tried, convicted, but the DNA evidence shows that it wasn't even really them. So one of the initiatives that I follow is the Innocence Project. If anybody is aware of the Innocence Project, then you know what I'm talking about. If you are not, do a simple internet search to find out what that is. there's people sitting on have these life sentences for things that they have not even been convicted of. And in our regular thoughts, like me, I'm like, well, why can't, if the DNA evidence shows that oh, right, yeah, boo. I had to literally console my daughter yesterday because she was just so distraught when it came down that he really was unlife. Because it's like, how, us regular people are like, how could that happen? Especially when the justice system is supposed to eliminate these things happening. But again, there's people sitting right now on in jail cells, and the DNA evidence is showing that it wasn't even them. So why can't they just let them out, right? Well, it's a process to this thing. They really have to go through these trials and all of that. The other thing that I think about is how many other people lost their life and they were innocent. How many people were convicted of things, especially us, there's a long history of us going to take Emmett Till. What happened with him. And I still think that lady, I don't give a doggone if she was 100, and she may have passed away by now, but I think she should have went to jail for that because he lost his life and he shouldn't have. JD said, I don't know much about the story, but didn't pretty much everyone want to stop it and let him live? Yes, everybody. Like, there were over 100,000 signatures on this petition to have a stay of execution, they called it, JD, and it still didn't happen for whatever reason. It just did not happen. It just is heartbreaking when you think about the numerous people sitting in jail right now, or who sat in jail for years, and they didn't even do it. Thank you so much for the follow. Didn't even do it. I want to go back up here and look at some of these comments, y'all. So again, Marcellus Williams, he lost his life. They executed him for the 1998 killing of a woman. Even her family said don't do it, but they still did it despite the questions over the evidence. So I'm going to read what's on CBS News. It says Missouri executes Marcellus Williams despite questions over evidence after the Supreme Court denies final bid for delay. Doesn't it make you wonder, like, how, why? The state of Missouri on Tuesday executed Marcellus Williams shortly after the U.S. Supreme Court rejected a request to delay the execution. The State Department of Corrections said he was pronounced unlife at 6:10 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is about 7. It was about 7 last night. Williams, who had maintained his innocence, and again, I'm reading this off of CBSNews.com. Williams, who had maintained his innocence in the 1998 unlifing of Felicia Gale in a St. Louis suburb, was put to by lethal injection. We hope this gives finality to the case that had languished for decades, said Missouri Department of Corrections Director Trevor Foley. But St. Louis County prosecuting attorney Wesley Bell, who had sought to have the conviction overturned, said the outcome did not serve the interests of justice. It didn't serve it, everybody. Again, if you are not familiar with the Innocence Project, do a simple internet search of that, and you can see what it is that I'm talking about. And you can see this thing, you would not believe the hundreds, if not thousands of names that's on. They're just trying to get them out. It takes money, it takes time to get people out. Yahya Boo had said his last statement, all praises to Allah in every situation. Yeah. And that's true too. That's what I had to, as I was consoling my daughter last night, because she's an empath like her mom. And I'm telling her, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what's done here. Jesus was hung up and persecuted for things, just trying to try and bring us to the light of who it is that we are. At the end of the day, karma is real. And at the end of the day, God has the final say. Our Father God has the final say. So it doesn't matter what you do to our bodies down here. At the end of the day, it is God who has the final say. Kanisha said, I have a question. What can happen now that he's gone to heaven? Honestly, because I don't know, because it's already done. Now his family may be able to push the case and take these people to civil court. That may be possible, but I honestly don't know. And this has happened quite often, so many times. So many times this has happened. Yeah. This is why and the other thing, I saw someone post that it wasn't even, a lot of people didn't even know about it. You got to remember also that we are constantly fighting this algorithm. We're constantly fighting this algorithm, and unfortunately, you'll see some ruckus and some chaos before you see someone. You'll see information about someone possibly trying to get their life saved, such as what happened with Marcellus Williams. I didn't hear about it until my daughter brought it to my attention, and God forgive me, I have forgot to even talk to you guys about it again. A lot of it has to do with media, what's getting picked up by media right now. Diddy in this presidential election. They're ruling the airways. They have like taken over the airways, and we're going to get into that as well. JD said, I did see that on a video or something. He said in every situation when with that pulling of a heart, yeah, woo, that pull. She said that pull at her heart. It does. You really have to believe in a higher power when you are faced with persecution like that. You have to believe that your unlifing will not go in vain. You have to believe that. You have to believe in something other than yourself, because if you believe in people, people are going to break your heart. People are going to hurt you. People are going to drag your name through the mud. Hey, Melinda, but when you believe in something other than yourself, higher than yourself, it gives you a deeper understanding of why you're here. Like I'm sure, just reading some of what you guys said. Hey, Sister Denise, just reading some of what you guys said, that he believed in a higher power, and his name is not going to die off in vain. It's just not. It's unfortunate that he had to lose his life, but hopefully this is going to bring some people to action, especially if you are in the criminal justice field. Hopefully this will give you a higher meaning to do the work that you are being called to do, because Lord knows we need more people out there. We need more people out there on that Innocence Project. We need more people out there on the ground who's willing to do these things. Hey, Ali Yaya, grand rising to you. Yaya Boo said, to me that meant it was well with his soul. Yeah, he knew God, and vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Amen, amen, amen. You know what? That's why I believe so wholeheartedly in Jeremiah. In Jeremiah, as I dig more into his story, y'all, it's like we were so similar in our calling. That's probably why Jeremiah 29:11, when I first heard it, it resonated so well with me. Like, God knows the plan he has for me, plans to prosper me and not hurt me. And when you read his story, Jeremiah, man, he lived in like a small neighborhood, a small town like I came from, and the people who he wanted to bring out into the light and bring them out of the darkness, they was like, gone, you gone with what you talking about. Y'all know what you talking about. What you from the same town I am. How dare you think that you better than us, or how dare you think that you can come out the darkness and into the light? You ain't nobody. Jeremiah received a lot of the same stuff that I received, y'all, a lot of the same stuff. So that's probably why his story resonated so well with me. And there's probably people in the Bible that resonates with you, and it's for a reason. I always say the Most High is so intentional, everybody. Kanisha said, this is just a distraction for what is about to all this mess going on in the world. I agree. Big Mike said, that's why us as people, we need to stop and get these laws passed. The death penalty should not even be. Do y'all believe in the death penalty? It's not here in New York, but there's some states who still have the death penalty. I think that, here she goes. There she goes, y'all. This little child, this girl. Um, Yaya Boo said, yes, Kanisha, I've been saying that it's a distraction. And we see what's taking over these airways, this Diddy situation. So I wanna flip over a little bit as we talk more this election. What do y'all think about Janet Jackson saying that she didn't know Kamala was black? Do we give Janet a pass just because she's a goat out in these streets, or do we like, Janet, like, who are you around? Who are you talking to that you did not know that Kamala was black? I mean, her skin alone. Y'all can say that you this, that, and the other, but when your skin is this melanated, honey, you got some African up in you. You do know that everything generated in Africa, right? Everybody knows this. Do your DNA. Now, I know some of it may have gotten washed throughout the years and throughout the generations, but at the end of the day, everything came from Africa. What was happening is that people started traveling the same way we travel now. People weren't staying just because they were born there doesn't mean they stayed there. So people started traveling, which is why you get some ethnicities with darker hues. I remember going to school with with Muslim Americans and I don't know. I remember going to school with people who were of Arabian descent and from Yemen and from Pakistan, and their skin was darker than my mom's. And at that time, I didn't realize why. But I remember having a discussion in high school, and I turned to the one young man who I believe he was from Yemen, and I said, "Well, you're darker than my mom. Like my mom was light skinned," and I was like, "So, what's going on here?" You know, I didn't understand at that time that everybody came from Africa, which is why you get some. You see some people that's over in India who's darker than me. And that's one of the reasons why, because there's some Africana in all of us, y'all. So, but yeah, Kamala is of African descent. Her dad is Jamaican. He might be lighter, but he's still Jamaican. But Janet is saying that she heard that she was white and Indian. No, she's not. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, best friend. What do y'all think? Do we give Janet a pass for this? Do we give her a pass because she's a goat? Because you only know what you know. Kadisha said she is crazy. What is wrong with Janet? Right. And it was a journalist that she was talking to. And the journalist is sitting there. You got to read the transcripts from this interview. The journalist is trying to tell her, like, Janet, she's actually black. She's, black and of Indian descent. But Janet went on with this rhetoric. And then when her people tried to retract it and say that she apologized, she went allegedly and fired her assistant. I don't know, Janet. Like, I don't know what rock you've been under. And I know some people don't get into politics because I'm not one of them people that I don't know all politics, but I do know that it scares me to think if Trump gets elected or if he does not get elected. It scares me for him to be in a race, but I do also know that Kamala is black. I mean, look at her, y'all. You don't get that type of hair. I mean, come on, y'all. One thing about having Africana in you, you can't. It's only so much you can get rid of when you have African descent in you. I mean, it's gonna show up somewhere. Either it's gonna be these big juicy lips, it's gonna be the nose, it's gonna be the hair. It's going to show up somewhere. It's gonna show up. Her hair alone should have been an indication, y'all. Come on now. Come on, Janet. Come on, Janet. Big Mike said, y'all know Janet Jackson is not in control. She's not in something, babe. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it was her publicist. Her publicist gave the apology. She didn't. And they even tried to save face for her and ended up getting rid of the publicist or the assistant. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what circle Janet is in. I mean, Missy Elliott is one of her good friends. Missy didn't tell her a friend. Kamala's black. Friend. Don't y'all have me out here looking crazy, friends. Don't have me out here looking crazy talking about Kamala not black. Okay. It's like, is Michael DL? Oh my goodness, y'all. DL said that. Oh my God. Let me go to what DL said about her, because even I had to snicker. DL went in. You know, I love me some DL Hughley, y'all. DL went in talking about, let me see. Hughley, Janet. What did he say about her? He said he got to talking about her nose, y'all. He got to talking about her nose and saying, well, if you didn't try and get rid of your black nose, and I'm kind of putting it in my own words, that maybe you would have known that Kamala was black. You know, DL goes in. He holds nothing back. He holds nothing back. Janet, I don't know. I'm going to say, you know, come back, Janet. Just come back. Just come back, Janet. I don't know who you're dealing with, love. I don't. You know, Janet, when she was on Good Times, wasn't it Good Times, y'all? She was on. I think she was on Good Times. I just loved her. I looked up to her and wanted to be Penny. How many of y'all? I know I might be Asian myself. How many of y'all wanted to be Penny when y'all were little? I thought she was just a bomb diggity down. And then she started, I don't know how their skin got to be that light bright when they were all about my color, y'all. So listen, I'm proud to be who I am. I always loved my melanated skin. I always loved my melanated skin. These big lips, all of this. I didn't have issues like that. And I know some of us, we were made to feel, you know, inferior. My biggest thing, and I was thinking about that yesterday, because I got braids up under this, y'all. And I was thinking about this. I was like, you know, I wish that I had the courage that I do now to not put a perm in my hair. I remember when my girls were younger, they were like 5 years old, and I was putting perms in their hair thinking that was the thing to do. And now in hindsight, it's like, man, babe said they were bleaching. They were doing something. They were definitely doing something. Hey, thank you so much, Kimberly. Kimberly, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, but what's your thoughts on it? Were they bleaching? They were doing something. And all of them. It's like everybody. And then they got to talking about, well, you know, who the sons married, and even Janet. Did any of them marry anybody black? Come to think of it, not that means anything. I'm just wondering, like, why is she so out of touch with the reality of Kamala is black? Kanisha said they was black as HELL. They bleached their skin trying to be something that they not. Not only bleached their skin because they did something with their nose too. And I know some black people who don't like their nose, but y'all know our noses is like that, like this for a reason. And you know, like the reason the people noses are the way they are. And I got taught this some years back. Like if you were in the mountains, you had to, like, in the colder temperatures, your nose had to be a certain way because you're in these elevated temperatures. And we are over in Africa playing with the lions and stuff. You know, everything is for a reason, y'all. That's the one thing about God. God is going to help your body adapt. You know, God is so awesome that your body will literally start to adapt to your environment. It will literally start to adapt to your environment. Yaya Boo said rubbing that bleach cream on their skin till the melanin was gone. For real, for real. Yeah, the Caucasus Mountains. Yep, the Caucasus Mountains. We were all created by design. Exactly, Tina T. Exactly. Big Mike said they got the DeBarge family and started going crazy. Yeah, something. But the DeBarge family were born like that. They were born like that. So I don't understand it, y'all. And I know, you know, if you are of a particular age, the darker your skin is or was, you know, there's a certain thing. And I find, and y'all answer me this. Is colorism more prevalent in our community or outside of our community? Because I feel like I got picked on more in my community than I did. Now, I got called the N-word. Absolutely, I did. But that was few and far between. I got called ugly and stuff more in my community than I did outside of my community. So I'm asking us, are we more prejudiced against us than other people? Because I feel like listen, I can remember wanting to bleach my skin. I can remember when I was younger, hating that I was so much darker than everybody else in my family. My grandmother was mixed. Her parents were black and white. And so you can imagine what her family looked like. The only one that was really my color was my Uncle Rob and my cousin Jamie. And I can remember out of all the cousins, my cousin Jamie, she's much younger than me. I used to love when she came around because she was the only one who looked like me. Like I was darker. It was me, my Uncle Rob, and my cousin Jamie. We were the only ones with this beautiful melanated skin. Everybody else was like bright, including my mama. Imagine growing up in a household and you don't feel beautiful. I didn't. And it was because it seemed like it was the light-skinned girls with the pretty eyes and the pretty hair that got all the guys. Yaya Boo said, I come from a color-struck family. So, oh yeah, you too, Yaya Boo, because your grandmother, right. Some was done inside of our own family. My aunt and uncles go from white to chocolate. Yaya Boo, you know what? Your family too is a prime example because, right, like Poo Poo, he's the darkest one. Everybody else is light. Everybody. So you understand what it is that I'm talking about. And I can remember feeling so bad, just, oh my God, being around all the cousins. And then on top of that, I was the chunky cousin. I was the chunky one. So, that's why one of my favorite books was The Ugly Duckling. As a kid, I can remember reading that book thinking, oh, that's going to be me. Like right now, and I've put pictures up of myself as a young girl. Like I wasn't ever told that I was pretty. I was always told nothing. I remember it was my sister that was told, oh, she's going to be a heartbreaker and oh, this, that, and the other. And it's funny, we have conversations now, me and my sister, and she always thought that I was pretty. And I'm like, man, I always thought that you were pretty. And everybody told her how beautiful she was. And she's still beautiful, but it was different for me. I was the chunky kid. I was the dark kid. So I always felt inferior. But I felt that within my own neighborhood, y'all. I didn't feel that outside of my neighborhood. I felt that in my own neighborhood, It was horrible. That's why I'm just like, man, Big Mike said I was like right damn near white cousin. Yeah, and he has a different experience. He felt like he was too light. So it goes both ways, y'all. It goes both ways. So I don't know. I think that we do our own selves in our own community. We get enough racism and prejudice outside of the community, but we get enough of it inside of the community as well, y'all. So can we stop? Can we stop that? Now, when I look at these melanated women out there just being in their melanated glory, I'd be like, yes, sis, yes. Not to say that I don't love the light-skinned girls too, but I have a different type of feeling when it comes to us darker-skinned girls just because of my own experience. I never felt beautiful. I never felt beautiful. Kanisha said, haters, people, I was Carmel, still is. Okay. And you was a beautiful little girl. Beautiful, still beautiful. I just, wasn't it hard growing up though? It was tough growing up, y'all. Hey, best friend. Hey, Miss Johnson. It was really tough growing up. That's why I love this new generation. They are standing in their truth. They are wearing their hair out loud and proud and like, whatever. This is who God made me to be, and I'm going to stand in my glory, all of it. Okay? All of it. And I'll be like, yes, girl, yes. Like Naomi Campbell. Beautiful. Beautiful. I remember when Diane Carroll was on Dynasty. Oh, my goodness. You couldn't tell me nothing. And then with her sassiness, y'all remember? Y'all remember Dynasty? I know I'm probably dating myself, but Diane Carroll was, I think his name was Blake, sister in Dynasty. And when she came up on the scene, and at that time you would only get one of us, if that, on the big screen or on the network TV. But man, please, Diane Carroll did that thing for us. She did that thing for us, and I love me some. It was a few of them out there. It was definitely a few of them out there. So moving on, y'all. Is anybody buying this allegedly Kim Porter book? Do y'all think it's a money grab? I think it is. And listen, if I was Diddy and his family, I would be suing this man for writing this book, claiming that it was the Lost Chronicles. It came from 2 thumb drives. You know how much information you got? 2 thumb drives, allegedly, from Kim's Lost Journals, and you put together a 60-page book off of 2 thumb drives? Are you kidding me? You know what I think happened, y'all? I think that he didn't use some AI technology because from what I'm gathering is the information that's in the book is everything that's already out there. It's nothing new. What I'm gathering is he probably used some AI technology to create this 60-page book and put it out there. Now everybody's going and buying it, but the information's already out there. From what I gather, I'm not buying it. I looked it up on Amazon. It's $16 on Amazon. It is available. Diddy, put out your own book. Put out your own book. Mary, put out a book. Can we get some people that was really going on in this scene? Can we get some people that really may know what was really going on? Put out a book. I went back a few months ago and bought oh my God, and I don't want to call her that, y'all. The Video Vixen. I went and bought the Video Vixen book, and it was good. I read it in a day again. They're saying on TikTok that it's fake. STT99 said it's fake. Yaya Boo said it probably is. I think it's fake too. Ali Yaya said you can't fully tell her story in 60 pages. That part, Ali. That part. I don't think that you can, like 60 pages, 2 thumb drives. You know how much information? I need 1 thumb drive right now, just for all of my videos and stuff. You know how much information is on 1 thumb drive? So you got 2 thumb drives and all you put out is a 60-page book? Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right. Big Mike said, I don't care what you are. If you are cool as F, I'll rock with you. Yeah, I know that's right. Hey, Natasha T. Light, thank you so much for joining. Yaya Boo said they in the graveyard. Well, the ones that would talk. Yeah. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know that Heavy D was even a part of this thing. I did not know that until last year when the whole Cassie situation came about. I did not know this. All right, y'all. So y'all know we got T.I. and Tiny. Woo! See, this is what happens when you stand 10 toes down and you tell these people, no, not me. I'm coming for my money. T.I. and Tiny just got awarded over $70 million, $71 million in the OMG Girls lawsuit. Those LOL dolls that all the little kids was loving. Did y'all know that apparently a lot of these LOL dolls were portrayed from the OMG Girls? Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Well, apparently the courts agreed and said, yeah, 71 million times, yeah. T.I., Tiny, and their daughter walked out of there looking all loud and proud. And I was like, yeah, see, that is what I'm talking about. $71 million. Rapper T.I. and wife Tiny won a $71 million lawsuit against the makers of LOL dolls. Now, one of my girlfriends, her daughter used to love these dolls. I think I might have even bought a few. I think I did buy a few of these dolls for my nieces for Christmas. I think I did. So let me I'm going to read to y'all what Forbes is saying, and you can get this on Forbes.com. Rapper T.I. and his wife Tamika Tiny Harris have won a $71 million lawsuit against the maker of the popular LOL surprise doll after alleging the brand's line of OMG dolls copied the likeness of the members of the now defunct OMG Girls, a teen pop group founded by the pairs 15 years ago. I mean, the allegations goes to they were copying their hair, their outfits. Some of these outfits they said were like the same outfits, y'all. Like, really? After a 3-week trial, a federal jury in Orange County, California, ruled toy conglomerate MGA Entertainment violated the intellectual property rights of the OMG girls with 7 of its styles after T.I. and Tiny's lawyers accused the company of bullying and misrepresentation. This is why you really have to have money when you go in these courts, y'all. I found that out myself when I was in that own case. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Layla. Hey, love. I found that out myself when I was going through my own thing last year. You really have to have some money when you go in these courts because people will, man, money talks, y'all. Money talks. Throughout the trial, the 3 original members of the OMG girls, their daughters, Onique, as well as Baja Rodriguez and Bruana Baby Doll Womack, reportedly testified that the dolls copied the band members' looks from the specific public events, and attorneys cited social media posts from fans who assumed the dolls were inspired by the band because they look so similar. So people be out there doing their due diligence, y'all. And listen, the internet is a mean thing, but it can also uncover some things that we be sleeping on. So the company argued that the company did not misappropriate the identity of the music group, and the dolls would not be mistaken for the short-lived band. They're saying that they were short-lived. You see how they threw that in there? And because they broke up, they were trying to really get away with it, and that the group suffered no actual harm or lost business opportunities. Well, the latest lawsuit is the 3rd time T.I. and Tiny. So they kept at it. I know that's right. It was worth $71 million to them. Okay. And MGA Entertainment can still appeal, and they probably will, because a lot of times that's what happens in these cases. But the verdict stands right now that they are $71 million rich. Okay. $71 million rich. Hey, E Digger, grand rising to you. Right, Yaya Boo, short-lived. You know they tried to throw that in there. They tried to steal their identity. That's what happened. They tried to steal their identity, y'all, and tried to make these dolls. Do you know how many? You know we can sell a bell. If you want people to start buying stuff, get the Black popular vote. Get the Black popular vote. See, they tried to make it seem like we weren't nothing for years, y'all. They tried to make it seem like we weren't worth nothing. But we sell. We sell so much. We sell cars. We sell movies. Why is my video going crazy? We sell a lot. We sell a lot, y'all. You know, people look at us as, just know that you are worth more than society tried to make you believe. Just know that, okay? Just know that. So moving on. Lord, we got 10 minutes, y'all, and I got to get into this Diddy situation. Now, these latest allegations, when I was reading, and I follow Make It Make Sense. His name is Mims. Make It Make Sense. He's a popular blogger, YouTuber out in these streets. These latest allegations, y'all, so he broke this case. I came from the radio station. I got home about 10 something. And he said that it was coming down. And by early afternoon, late afternoon, it had definitely came down. And some of the allegations in this case, her name is Thalia Graves. She's the latest person that said that Diddy and his bodyguard raped her and assaulted her. And the allegations in this, I was like, man, and like I said, I am not going to use this platform to tear down a black man. But if you go into this case and these allegations, Diddy need to be up under somebody's jail cell. He need to be up under somebody's jail cell. If he did these things that they are alleging that he did, he need to be, him and everybody that was a part of it need to be up under the jail cell. Some of these allegations is that she was drugged. She was given some stuff to make her woozy. And she knew something was going on, something was wrong. So what Mims was saying, Make It Make Sense, is that I guess her former boyfriend worked for Diddy, and he called her up saying, I want to talk to you about your guy. He's trying to move up in the company, but he needs to make some changes. First off, why are you calling me? If it's something, it's my guy that's working for you. Why are you not calling him? That's one question. And the second, as soon as she gets in this ride with him, he got a glass of wine or champagne waiting for her. This is why I say, ladies and gentlemen, don't take no drink from nobody that you ain't seen made. Don't take no drink from somebody that you have not seen made. If you are out at a bar and somebody buys you a drink, I tell my daughters this. If somebody buys you a drink, go with them to the bar and watch the person make the drink. Don't take no drink that somebody just go put in your hand. Don't do that. Because you don't know what, from the time that person coming from the bar, coming back to your seat, they could have put anything in there. Anything in there. Ernest said, Clive Davis said he don't know. He don't know Diddy. Oh, that too. Now all of a sudden Clive Davis don't know who Diddy is. He trying to act like he going to see now. Come on. Now you know you groomed him, allegedly. You know you groomed Diddy. Diddy ain't become this person that he became without the help of somebody like that backing him. He's the one that gave him the Bad Boy record label. And you can't tell me that Diddy wasn't groomed. I feel it in my heart that he was groomed. I also feel it in my heart that the mom probably did have something to do with it. Because a lot of times, listen, y'all, we have more pull with these kids. More pull with these kids. They saying that she kind of told him to go ahead with this thing. And that she was in the streets allegedly too. When you coming up like that, you can take the person out the hood, but you can't always take the hood out of the person. Okay? Thank you, Yaya Boo. You can take the person out the hood, but you can't always take the hood out the person. And that's true. Some of these allegations, y'all, I mean, it had me ready to go karate chop them. I know people who suffer from PTSD and stress because of the abuse that they've had. I spoke about my own grape and my own station that happened. Thankfully, it did not affect me the way that it affected some other people. My mom, I spoke also about my mom. Me healing myself helped my mom uncover some of the things that she had regressed, that she had pushed to the back of her head. Like she literally had placed it so far in the back of her head that she didn't even remember what had happened to her until I was talking about my own raping. And then she remembered that she too was raped. And a lot of times you'll see that the abuse is generational. So for this young lady to have sustained this abuse, and I mean, it was front, back, everything. Any hole that this young lady, the allegations that she had, they abused. Any and every hole that she had, they abused. And I mean, y'all, this is some monstrous stuff. This is some monstrous stuff. It really is. And she's going to have to relive this. Now, this is going back from 2001. So I'm going to read to you what AP News is saying. Another woman sued Sean Diddy Combs on Tuesday, alleging that the music mogul and his head of security raped her and recorded it on video. That's the other thing. This video is still circulating allegedly to this day. This video is still out there. Now, this happened allegedly at a New York recording studio in 2001. The lawsuit filed in federal court in New York, the latest of several similar suits against Combs, comes weeks after he was arrested. Now, some of you might say, well, why didn't she come forward before? She was probably scared. She was probably scared. How many of you know people who are in similar cases or who have, me, myself, I didn't come forward. I didn't say anything. I went on Facebook a few days ago to see if this guy was still out there, that great me. And yeah, he still has a active Facebook page and all of that. I didn't come forward because you don't want to relive that. You don't want to relive the fact that you were taken advantage of, and then you go through, what could I have done? What could I have done so that this didn't happen to me? So it's a lot. Hey, sis. Hey, Denise. Emotional damage. Yeah, right, sis. Emotional damage. You go through all of that those emotions. You never want to relive that. I can remember coming home literally in the shower, just scrubbing my skin because I felt just so violated, and just, you don't want to talk about it because it brings up, now you have to relive that and the way your body felt taken advantage of. And these allegations of what was done to her, horrific. And she blacked out. She blacked out during this time a few times to come to allegedly, and to be, taken advantage of by someone else. She literally, as the story reads, she literally had to run out of there for her life. JD said, because when people are so powerful, people feel like no one will believe them, and it could make life worse. Yeah. And then if you have a family, she said she lost so many people because of this, because she has, I believe it's agoraphobia, where she has the fear of being outside around people. PTSD is real. So a lot of times we want to blame the person who was victimized, and we forget that the perpetrator, we forget about them. Tina T said, people do not understand the trauma these situations cause. Exactly. That is one of the hardest ordeals to get over. People are in therapy for years because of the ex abuse that they've been subjected to. Years, y'all. Did you know that 1 in every 3 to 4 women has some sort of ex abuse in their life? So that means if there are 10 women on this live right now, that at least 2 of us have experienced some sort of abuse like that in our lives. That's what statistics say. Now think about the numerous women that we all know, women and men, because I know both. Think about the numerous women and men that we all know. How many of those women and men that you know have experienced something like that in their lifetime? Right off the bat, I can think of 5. Right off the bat. And that's not even including myself. I can think of 5. How many of us came forward? Not many. Because you are violated at that time, and then you have to relive that violation, and then you are persecuted for something that was done to you. A lot of people don't want to go through that. They'd rather go through therapy for years. And 9 times out of 10, y'all, to add more fire to this flame, it's usually somebody that is close to you. It's usually somebody that is close to you, that knows the family. That creepy uncle, that should be dead dad, that's normally who it is. That cousin. Our kids aren't protected. Our women aren't protected. I can remember being a little girl, and because I was a chunky little girl, I got, breast early, even though it was fat, and I can remember people being at my grandma's house playing cards, and this is why I was scared of old men for a very, very, very long time, y'all. Very long time. I literally had panic attacks around old men, because I can remember them, go on and tell such and such hi, and they pitching you in places, just being inappropriate. And you don't know what to say, because this man, you're supposed to respect your adults. You're supposed to respect your elders. Knowing what I know now, Lord Jesus, help us. Lord Jesus, help us. You know, hey, Letitia Johnson. JD said, I feel like those type of people should have the same thing done to them for the rest of their lives. Okay, JD. Feel the pain that I felt. Feel the pain that so many women and men I know have felt. You have men out here right now struggling with their own sexuality because of the things that were done to them when they were young kids and could not stick up for themselves. And then it went on into their teenage years. By now, this child is groomed. Men and women. I know men and women who this has happened to, y'all. The people closest to them, the people that's supposed to protect them, were actually doing the opposite. She didn't know. She's trying to make sure her boyfriend at that time had this job. Apparently, he was trying to move up. Diddy knew this, allegedly, that the boyfriend was trying to move up. And he used that against her. He used her love against her to lure her into this office, put something in her drink, allegedly. She passed out paralyzed. And oh my God, y'all, you can look up Make It Make Sense, his yesterday interview, and he actually read through this the pages of these allegations, what was filed in court. Before anybody else had it, he had the pages. This is why I follow Make It Make Sense, because he gets the court documents, okay? And he breaks it down for us. And he broke it down. And when I tell you, it just had me, before I was like, okay, you know, this latest case, y'all, makes me really look at him differently, because he took advantage, allegedly. He took advantage, and he take it exactly, sis, taking advantage of the situation. He took advantage of who he was. Imagine your boss, your boyfriend, or your significant other boss calling you into the office to say, you know, I want to talk to you about Joe, or I want to talk to you about Keena and her work performance. And I think that you can help your significant other, and they can, this thing that they're aspiring to be, they'll be able to move up in this business, but they have to do this. And I think that you can help them with this. And instead of that happening, and then the allegations are that the boyfriend told her, well, don't say anything because I may lose my spot in the company. And then the person who's supposed to be your person can't even help you. Imagine all of that happening, y'all. Yes, make it make sense, yeah, boo. Make it make sense. Imagine all of that happening. It's going down, y'all. It's going down. It is. And I think that at the end of the day, he may really go down. He may really go down. So the kids issued a statement yesterday. And I'm going to see if I can get on my TikTok to see. The kids issued the statement. I can just imagine what these kids are going through. We're talking about Kim Porter's kids. They issued a statement, and basically they were saying, could you just let their mom rest in peace? You know, all that's going on. And I know we're hearing about it. It's like taking over our airways. You go on any social media platform, you turn on any news, it's out there. So I can just imagine, unless they're just not on social media or not watching television. I'm sure they are. They're teenagers. Imagine hearing about these allegations about your parents, that your dad allegedly unlifed your mom or had something to do with the unlifing of your mom, and the beating allegations, all of these allegations, and now this latest scandal. No rest for the wicked, Denise said. Yes, not at all. Not at all, y'all. Well, I'm going to end this. I'll be back to, what's today? Wednesday? I'll be back tomorrow with Rick Hyde. Now, I noticed from yesterday's live when I'm up at Buff State that the connection is not all that well for video. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm still going to be on live on video on YouTube and Facebook. but you aren't going to actually see the video. You're going to hear the audio, but not the video, because I want to give y'all a great show, and I want y'all to be able to sit and watch the show without all that interference or me stuck like this every few minutes. You know what I mean? And that's what I noticed yesterday, because I go back and watch my stuff and I'm like, man, I didn't even realize I was freezing like I was. But it's because of the connection. I have to use my Wi-Fi connection. I might test it out because I have this other phone and I use my hotspot. I might test it out, but I would rather give you guys a great show with just the audio and come back on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays with the video. So I'm thinking that is what I'm going to do. But I have Rick Hyde coming up to the studio, either that or we're going to be on phone tomorrow to talk about the event that he has going on September 29th. I talked about this yesterday. It is the 1K event. You can go on Rick Hyde's page to see more about it. But he's trying to give back to the city of Buffalo, his city, our city. It's the 1K showcase. It's happening at Luna Lounge at 603 Dengen Street. I love Luna Lounge. DJ King Shad is the DJ on the ones and twos, and Hezzy Hez is one of the hosts. He's trying to give back. The deadline to register is actually today at 12 p.m. No later, he's saying. He's running a professional tight ship over there. And my DJ King Shad, ain't trying to be flustered with late entries. Make sure they're performance tracks, y'all. One of the things I hate in this business is when people are rapping over their music. It just takes away from the whole. It just takes away. You know, if I want to listen to your track, I can put it on myself. Make sure it's a performance track that y'all submit to DJ King Shad, because if it's not, we may as well just turn your mic off and listen to your song. That's how I feel. I hate that. It sounds horrible. It sounds horrible. And sometimes your mic is not even turned up loud enough, so we really just hearing you, and then you say, well, I might forget some of my words, and let me just let the track play. No, that just looks and sounds bad. It looks and sounds horrible. So make sure you have, like Rick Hyde said, the deadline to register is today at 12 p.m., no later. And make sure you have your music over to DJ King Shad. I'm excited about this. I think that it is an opportunity for people in the 716 to see just what the 716 has. I know a lot of great artists out there. Kenyatta Davis. What? Oh my God. What? Oh my God. What? One of my favorite R&B artists coming out of Buffalo. I think the queen is the queen. Okay. The queen is the queen. If y'all know who Kenyatta Davis is, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you need to check out her music. Because she really is that queen. A lot of great music. He's also probably going to talk about the Talk About It podcast that he and T. Warren has going on. So a lot going on tomorrow. Again, I'll be back on 91.3 WBNY FM tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. And then next week I go on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can catch me on 91.3 FM WBNY from 10 to 12. Your girl is moving up in these streets. I'm moving up in these radio streets, y'all. Go back. I love y'all. Long life. You make sure you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful wherever you are on purpose, because you can. Thank you so much, Yaya Boo. I love you. Long life, queen. Thank you so much. This is how iron sharpens iron, y'all. Iron sharpens iron. I tell y'all that all the time. Iron sharpens iron. Hey, Carolyn Lane. I hope you come back tomorrow. We start this at 9 a.m. Everybody have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day on purpose, because God said we can. And I will see y'all back tomorrow. Make sure you download the Radio FX app so that you can listen. And also, Oh, make sure you catch out my brother today. Make sure you catch him today on Queen City Pop Vibes. They'll be on today on 91.3 FM WBNY today from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. Sugar D Lip, the Joker, my bro, and Kitty Quinn. Make sure y'all tune in today for Queen City Pop Radio Waves Takeover. Download the Radio FX app. There's a lot of different radio stations on this app, y'all. But you can listen, of course, to 91.3 FM because unless you are in the Buffalo area, you won't be able to listen. You won't be able to listen. So make sure you download the Radio FX app. I have it downloaded. It took me less than a minute to download and find 91.3 FM. It sounds clearer on there as well because sometimes when you're going through the city, unless you're listening to WBLK, the other stations don't always come through. Especially I'm on the 190 South or the 190 West, and I'm driving by that waters, and I don't have a good song come on, and then you hear the reception just is not good. So download the app, Radio FX. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much.